is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I'm playing an EIK WM France Deck G4-5 game today with KLJ, Gray, and Turning. So looking at this first pile, couple ways of getting vegetable and grain here. Surf, Hobby Farmer, Gardener's Wife. Acquirer is an interesting card, especially if you want to get a cooking hearth early. The ability to buy cattle, get some food that way can be nice. Pretty sure the best card here is Lord of the Manor. Lord of the Manor just rewards having a really strong farm, focusing a lot on scoring a lot in your couple categories. So yeah, I probably get Gardener's Wife or Hobby Farmer back, but if I don't, I'm okay with Surf or Acquirer, having played Lord of the Manor. Oh man, contract builders in every game, eh? It's just my fate. I go ages and ages without seeing other cards, but Contract Builder just keeps coming back. Well, I should take Ways of Getting Food. Smuggler is a way of getting food. I think we'll take Plowman. Plowman is quite good with Lord of the Manor, especially if there are no plows in the draft or I don't get any. Okay. Wow, we have Gardener and Pickler in the same pack, which is a little weird because the Gardener probably can win the Pickler bonus. I'm gonna take Gardener here because there's a chance that Acquirer comes back to me, and if I can acquire vegetable a couple times early on and then sow it and play Gardener, there's like maybe some line there that can be good. So this is totally me saying I need to get a source of vegetables, but if I do, it'll be fine, especially because it's a good chance Pickler gets played. Now Wheat Farmer is Gardener, but the opposite, but with grain. Don't really like any of these cards. Woodworker is terrible in a Contract Builder game. Just terrible, because Contract Builder says get food, and Woodworker says pay your food to get wood, which I have no interest in doing. I think I take Hasty Trader here. Like, none of these are really appealing for me at all. Master Shepherd is something with Lord of the Manor. Walrus Hunter is something. But I guess Walrus Hunter, there's a chance with Contract Builder that I get a super loaded fishing combo. Like if I draft Canoe and then I get, I don't know, Trip to the Lake or something. Or some silly miner that benefits from going on fishing. Well, childcare worker is a way of generating food. Thatcher is kind of a generic okay action. Get you some read. Surf with Plowman is kind of interesting, especially if I don't see any other source of crops. I've come around on Surf recently. Come around on it quite a bit. Used to think it was just awful, but Maybe it's because G4-5 and G6 have added incentive to so well we know well I mean even the France deck does that, right, with cards like Country Doctor, and then we have Field Doctor, and we have cards like Lady of the Manor. So just watching the end of the Leafs game here. Oh, I got an encoding overloaded error. Don't think I've ever seen that before. Someone who's watching, can you tell me, did the stream drop? Oh, it looks like I've been live for 6 minutes. It should be fine. Hope you guys are doing well this evening. I'm showing 0 dropped frames. Yeah, it should be fine. Still here. Cool. Thanks, T-Jazz. Hope you're doing well. All right. Wow, Contract Builder came back. Bless RNG. I can take it so that nobody can draft it and play it. The alternatives are Braidmaker. Braidmaker's okay. Animal Buyer, in a game where lots of food is available, Animal Buyer is quite nice. And actually, with Lord of the Manor, Animal Buyer is pretty excellent. Especially because I have cards like Gardener. So I have a really if I take Animal Buyer, my game path is really clear, where round 13, round 14 in each of those harvests, I should be buying a pair of animals. Probably, I buy a pair of cattle in round 13 and then buy a pair of boar in round 14 or something like that. And then I go for max points, fields, and both types of crops. And I just have a really nice scoring farm. So I guess one thing I can remember is that KLJ is the only person who can play Contract Builder. So I'll just kind of keep an eye on him to see if he does do anything. Yeah, Shovel Worker, I haven't seen any reason to play Shovel Worker. And most of the reasons to play Shovel Worker early are occupations. There are very few miners that actually want you to plow early, or fence early, I should say. They're almost all occupations. Well, I already regret not taking Thatcher, because Chicken Coop plus Thatcher is a pretty nice combination. Absinthe. Absinthe is almost as much food as Chicken Coop, but it's free. Yeah, it's a pretty good card. Pretty good. Dolly's Mother is good as well, but I'm not totally sure if I'm going to go for an oven or a hearth yet. Ooh. So we've got a couple interesting cards here. Clay Hut Extension is always something to keep in mind. Alternatively, Beanfield. Beanfield plus Gardener. If I plow one field with Plowman, get vegetable twice, sow them with Gardener, and then so long as I can kind of eat one and then sow the other for that first harvest, you can get a really large amount of food, which could power a very nice animal buyer. Unfortunately, that doesn't really go with um, clay hut extension that well because the timing is kind of awkward. And then there's Open Gate and Dolly's Mother. That's a combo where you just set that up at the beginning of the game and say, I'm going to get a bonus point every harvest for 2 food. Clay Hut Extension or Beet Field. That's what I'm looking at. And I'm going to go with Clay Hut Extension. It's growing your family is almost never a bad idea. It's like a really the range of what you expect to get out of growing your family is really, really high. Really high. With this pick, half-timbered house is something. A brazier can convert vegetable. I never knew that. Brazier is something. I think bathroom. I think there seems to be a pretty clear line with gardener and bathroom here that I can get some max stuff. Should be able to get some max stuff pretty easily. Drained pond is alright, but yeah. I want to max stuff out. So the nice thing about bathroom plus gardener is actually that I can sow once, harvest, eat, and then sow again later and have four vegetables from that, or 3 vegetables, something like that. I can do some cool stuff with bathroom plus gardener. Excuse me. So Plowman is a round 1 card. Otherwise, I don't have any other round 1 cards. So that means Absinthe is not, or stage 1, I should say, not round 1. So Absinthe is requires, of course, a couple plate occupations, and I found my vegetable support. Greenhouse. Yep. Yep. That's what I needed. So I'm hoping to play greenhouse in no later than round 7. Probably round 6 ideally, because then I get the second vegetable for round 13 harvest. And yeah, the nice thing is what I can do is I can sow in round 9, or let's say 7 or 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I get a vegetable in round 10, I can sow it in round 10 or round 11, and if I've played gardener, then I can eat that vegetable, and then the other vegetable I can sow, and when I sow it, the bathroom activates, and then I should have like 5. Actually, you know what I can do? I don't have to play gardener until round 12 or 13, because I harvest 1 vegetable and then eat it, and that increases the bathroom count. And then round 13, when I sow that 1 vegetable, that becomes 3, so then I would have 4 vegetables on my farm, and then I can play gardener, and then gardener would get me 6 food for the rest of the game. That's kind of the line. Yeah. And I mean Rotten Plow. Rotten Plow is something, but not with Plowman and not with Gardener. Not with vegetables. Rotten Plow plus vegetables is pretty terrible. I think you can make it work with grain, but I think with vegetables it's really terrible. I guess Fishing Rod plus Walrus Hunter is something. I don't know. Kitchen Cabinet is something. Being able to play majors on family growth. Build ovens. Build a well. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it really, like, how am I going to feed? If I'm going to feed with a cooking hearth, do I need Walrus Hunter and Gardener? Is that, like, too much redundancy? I guess more food is quite good with my animal buyer, but I don't know. You know what? When you're not sure, take the free one. That seems like okay motto to live by. I haven't seen a reason to get a lot of reed. Um, so I mean, cook pot is a stone to a point plus a couple food, which is good. I mean, it's fine. It's not amazing, but it's fine. And I'm quite sure that I want a cooking hearth. Um, Upholstery is a way of getting points, but it competes with Lord of the Manor because it requires actions that are not points actions. Like getting reed is not does not push me towards Lord of the Manor at all. So I think I take cookpot here. Even though I'm going to do a 4-room house, and 4 rooms upholstery, there's something that I could do with that, but and this one, I think brazier is pretty bad, so I'll take the milk can. And I start first, which is good. Reedstone food. So I found out some friends of mine, people that I don't know. I didn't know they played board games. Actually, I was saying I'd like to play Agricola, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we love that game." Well, because they're building a farmhouse, so or renovating a farmhouse, I think, or something. So they're actually, I think they like the farming aspect that it's like kind of themed. It's a game in which you get to farm. Um, and they were saying they enjoy Caverna as well. So another positive review for Caverna. I should check it out. So we've got Smuggler here from Gray. Smuggler, the main use of it, turn a wood into a grain. You can turn 2 wood into 2 grain in the harvest. And once you've got a ton of grain, then you can turn that grain into stone later. Wow, occupation came back. So yeah, I'll take occupation, and I will play. I don't want to play plowman here because it'll start coming out too early. What I will do is I will play something that gets me food. So walrus hunter. It's never bad to play something that gets you food early in the game. Then even if I proc it once, I can get food from that boar with milk can early on in the game. So, good start for me. So I'm keeping an eye on Twitch chat, so if you guys have any questions or you want me to highlight any cards or anything, please feel free to ask. I've still dropped no frames, which is awesome. It's never the case. We have Oak Cask here from Turning. Just a totally fine round 1, 3 wood action. Actually, you know what? He did 2 wood into start player. He really, I guess he probably has undisturbed pond and is wanting to get value out of that. Oh, and the Leafs just gave up an empty netter, so I can turn that off. Oh man, it hit both posts. It's like a pool shot. I mean, I wasn't watching it live, I was watching the replay, but I like to watch the replay. I just avoid spoilers, and then it's as good as live, in my opinion. So here's the acquirer from KLJ. Okay, so I've got to be a little concerned about that, because acquirer can be a vehicle for generating a lot of food, and if you can generate a lot of food, you might think about playing Contract Builder, which, you know, as I've said many times, death to Contract Builder. Let's get the Plowman out. After this, I'm in no rush to play any more occupations. Two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, I want to get 4 clay next round, because 4 clay gets me a cooking hearth. Oh, KLJ. KLJ is going for that cooking hearth. So KLJ in all likelihood is thinking about Contract Builder. The other thing about Contract Builder is if there are cards that reward early reno. That's something to consider. Do I get Reedstone food for the 3rd time? Or do I start going for wood? I think I keep taking Reedstone food as long as they keep offering it to me. It's a good action. I mean, it's not pushing me towards building a room, but it looks like turning is going to be the first to build a room. And since I'm guessing that we might see Contract Builder from KLJ, he's not likely to build a room anytime soon. So that takes a lot of pressure off, and I'll just take good actions as long as I can. Well, the best action available, well, there is 3 food traveling players, but there's also cheap occupation. So if I want to play one more occupation, what would it be? It would probably be surf. I'm pretty sure I want to play surf at some point. Just continue my kind of eclectic combination of cards. So I'll seriously consider building the Basket Maker's Workshop next round. Anytime I get a bunch of wood this early, or a bunch of Reedstone food this early, I think it's worth considering. So we have Expert Builder here. Okay, Expert Builder is the anti-Contract Builder, so... Oh, resources. Food or resource, I guess, is the question. Is food a resource? Resources. Building resources, grain, vegetable. So food is not a resource, but it is a good. Well, I need food, also wood, also clay. Any of those are good. For food, I think. I'm happy with 3 wood or 4 clay, both of which seem likely to come back. I wonder if Gray has brushwood roof or something like that. Yeah, with all the wood he's taking, I wonder what's going on there. Nice. For clay, fireplace, cooking hearth are both available to me now. Feed 4. Looking good. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I have no wood. I didn't take wood once in round 1, and family growth came round 5. That happens. That's just gonna happen sometimes. Turning says pretty good. Yep, I agree. I want to think about 3 food fishing next round because it's actually 6 food if I build a cooking hearth. Oh, we have another fireplace out. That came pretty quick. When did Gray? He must have built that at the end of the last round. So I'll grab 3 wood here. If I can feed without, so if I take, say I take 3 food fishing, that's enough for me to plow my round 6 field and then feed 4 at the end of round 7. And then and if I do that, what I could sow on my 1 field, get a grain, and then bake it in round 8 or 9. I do want to get my greenhouse out as well. KLJ playing Pickler. So I wonder if we're going to see brushwood here from Gray, or what the thinking has been there. Yeah, the thing I don't like about Kitchen Cabinet is it's an action to upgrade later actions, yes, but I have a bunch of miners I want to play this game. Turning occupation undisturbed pond. Nice. So that plus oak cask. Quite a bit of food from his first 2 miners. Good start. I could build a major improvement here. I think what I do, and this is going to be kind of weird, is I think I take fishing, 2 food, and a boar. I guess I could start player. That's an option as well. Yeah, you know what? I think I like that better. Because I can play... Absinthe and use my amazing powers of prediction to get the 2 food in the next 2 rounds, and that's about as good as fishing, but I also get to be start player, so then I have an option of grabbing like 4 wood, for example. So we should see KLJ build a room here. I would expect them to. So if they do, then I have the option of 4 wood and then build room first action round 7. And then I could family growth round 7 as well. And on that family growth action, I could play greenhouse. And then I get greenhouse out in optimal time. But either way, I pay a food for a field. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm paying a food for a field. So I do need 1 more food. So if I am going to do that, I need 2 food from my second action in round, or my first action in round 7. Which, if it comes down to the family growth, I can just always play milk can if I've gone, no, if I have to go on fishing before milk can, that's right. I don't know. Still lots to be decided. I hope I get 4 wood. That's the only thing I really care about right now, I guess. So I grab 4 wood. Interestingly, KLJ did not build a room. And I get a food from Absinthe. Only 5. Oh, did I put out 6? Yeah. KLJ building a room. Now this is interesting because now Gray can do something. Gray can do something like start player. Gray can grab 2 read, and then I'm kind of in a position where if I want to get build room round 7, if I want to build room into grow, then I need to start player. Yeah. Now I think Gray is hungry. No. He has 4 food from his Master Shepherd, so actually he's fine. I think I need to say if I don't grow until round 8, then I've saved an action off not doing start player. Although turning, there's going to be a bunch of good wood actions available. Alright, I hate doing this. But I think I need to. No, how do I feed? I can't. It's not, I cannot start player here. I can't feed if I do that. I've got to grab the fishing and the boar. Alright. I guess I could have built the well there, but I kind of want to keep that stone for stone oven and clay oven. So those cards have some value to me. Not sure. This is kind of a weird game. I'm not taking wood at all in stage 1 was kind of weird by me. But you know what? I am happy that my feeding is pretty well set up. It just needs 1 more action to be totally set. It just needs me building a fireplace, and then I'm good. I do want cooking hearth over the fireplace, but I can always do an upgrade later. That's fine. And turning did decide to pass on building a room. Good. Good, good, good. I guess they would have needed a food as well. So I gambled and won the gamble. Turning plays miner chicken coop to get 6 wood. Beautiful. says absent. It's going on room. Because I'm going to build a room and then family growth and play greenhouse. Did KLJ acquire after? Yeah, he did. 3 food and a cattle. So he's going to have breeding cattle with a cooking hearth. That's an excellent position to be in. And the acquirer can buy vegetables as well. So yeah, nice position to be in. Wood. Oh, alms basket. Wow, so turning just took undisturbed pawn and alms basket. Now I want to see like wealthiest European or something to really bring it all home. So this should be me winning Pickler right here, and if it's not, I've screwed up. Actually, no, I win Pickler when I play Gardener. Sorry. That should be me winning the Pickler. And I feed 5. I guess I probably want to sow in round 8 or round 9. Although, baking is seeming less attractive to me because it's just so much worse than cooking hearth when I've got the boar fishing card already in play. So maybe surf is just a 2 grain action. So the couple times that I do, or the 2 times that I do sow and or bake, I get a grain each of those times, which is fine. That's can be totally fine to do that. It's a lot quieter in my house now. My roommates who own the dog are gone, so rip. Our puppy's gone. Turning. Oh, interesting. Greg turning 2 grain into 2 stone. And then we've got Baker's Servant here from turning. Baker's Servant's a really nice card. With alms basket too. Cool. What it lets you do is it lets you go on sow bake and plow and sow on the same plow, sow and bake all on the same action, which is really nice. And he's got the key number of grain, which is 3, which lets him bake 1 and sow 2, which is a really nice ability to have. Absinthe. Where's it going? Is it going on Renault? I think Renault. But what is Gray doing? I don't really know what Gray is doing. Getting that stone is weird. Abs on Let's put it on Reno. And then he immediately takes 4 clay. I might not get this round of absinthe. Minor improvement, fireplace. No, I need to take the clay first. What am I thinking? I'm not thinking, I guess, is what's happening here. All right, let's grab the 3 clay. And then if Turning wants the second action Reno, that's fine. If he doesn't, I'll grab it myself. If he doesn't, I'll go on Major Minor Cooking Earth. Problem with going on building Cooking Hearth is that the 5 clay one especially, it means I need to accumulate another 5 clay in order to be able to Reno plus clay hut extension. But yeah, with Gardener, the Cooking Hearth is too important. Getting that extra food out of the vegetables makes them 50% more efficient. Definitely worthwhile. So we'll see what KLJ does here. Kind of curious to see. Do you ever play the iOS version of Agricola on your phone, or is it way too boring since you have all of these cards in this version? I don't have an iOS. I'm on Android. The thing for me, I was playing on Boîte à Jeux, the which also doesn't have as many cards as Play-agricola does, and what I found is it's just not as dynamic a set. I don't enjoy it as much. But the big thing for me is that the asynchronous play. I find asynchronous play to be too slow. I find that there's a lot, since there's so much planning in this game, and a huge amount of what I think is important is dependent on you being able to correctly recognize what your opponents are capable of doing. Yeah, I'm sure this is Reno plus Clay Oven, which makes me a little sad. But that's not a big deal. That's fine. Cooking Hearth. I need it. Need that Cooking Hearth. And then my last action can be sow, get a grain, and sow it, or it can be start player to get 6 wood next round. Start player bathroom or start player milk can or something. Doesn't really matter what it is. Start player cook pot. Actually, cook pot here would be fine. Yeah, just the asynchronous play, because you lose track of what your opponents are able to do. You lose track of the cards that you saw in the draft if you drafted. I find it not to be as fun because of those factors. So I need to wait until round 11 before I can take enough clay with 1 action to Reno and build clay hut extension. Ooh, Constable. Interesting. Interesting that it came out here as well. I guess it's a 3 wood action, right? Well, Lord of the Manor is not as good in a Constable game, that's for sure. But you know what? We saw Yeoman Farmer as well. Interesting. Let's start player. Guarantees my absinthe. And cook pot is fine. Whoops. So I eat a food to pay for my incoming field. So I can take this food like normal. I can take a food from wherever I put the absinthe. And then I can grab 4 wood. I think that's fine. Acquirer is still gaining KLJ food, which is nice. Nice position to be in. Yeah, fishing is 6 food. Traveling players is 5 food. So I'll probably do a food action. I want to get a second read at some point. So talking about getting 6 clay in round 11. I also want to get another read. I also want to do a sow action in round 11. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Maybe start player round 12 clay hut extension after having already renovated to clay might be an option, because then I can family growth with room later in round 12, and then also family growth without room in round 13, or plow sow, depending on which action is better for my specific case. Let's grab fishing. And then my last action can be sow with surf, or it can be I could play gardener here. This would be a fine time to play gardener. What else could I do? I need wood. So I could take another wood action. KLJ builds another room. Fine. Yeah. He's got lots of food available to him. Stops the acquirer. If I were him, I would have bought 1 vegetable. Save yourself a vegetable action. Unless he drafted some way of getting vegetables, like maybe Hobby Farmer. But even Hobby Farmer, I would probably draft 1 more. I would have acquired a vegetable, because acquirer to gain a food, I guess it would have cost 3 food. So it's 3 food worth, like 4 food worth an action. At this point, I mean, I just did a 6 food action, so I would think no, but we've got writing desk here for gray. I'm interested to see what gray does with this. I need to take wood. I guess that's more priority over getting a 1 extra grain from surf. I need to be taking wood. I need to be able to fill up my farm early enough that I can animal buy stuff. Actually, I'm surprised Constable didn't take Animal Buyer. Animal Buyer is fantastic in Constable games, because usually the issue that you run into in a Constable game is if you can't get your fencing done early enough and you miss out on 1 type of animal in round 14, then you're screwed, right? But Animal Buyer, whew, just buy whatever animals you need at the end of the game. I guess there was also that Dairy Crier card, which give 2 sheep or 2 food. Gray building the well. All right. Are we going to see Gray play two occupations? And where is Absinthe going to go? It should go somewhere that only I want to go. So I'm pretty sure Gray and Turning, well, unless one of them have Farm Steward, I'm pretty sure they're not going on Family Growth anymore. So I could put it on Family Growth. I could put it on Fishing. I'm the only one really interested in the fishing space. But do I want to fish again? I'm not sure that I do. Abs on... I think fish is fine. I could put it on Reedstone Food, but I think Reedstone Food would get immediately taken because the quality of these actions are not amazing. With both the Cooking Hearths gone and 2 players in clay already, I'm pretty sure that 4 clay is going to 6 clay. So I want to consider playing Start Player plus an improvement at the end of this round. So Bathroom would be the play. That's my food in the top left. Reedstone Food. Reedstone Food. There is 3 stone available, but with those well gone, I'm not so interested in. Like Stone Oven would be fine for me. Actually, Stone Oven would be pretty good. I don't even need to bake with it. I can just build it. But in Pottery, although Pottery doesn't seem like there's that much clay in the game. If I build Clay Hut Extension, yeah, this is where needing the Cooking Hearth is really bad with Clay Hut Extension, because I just don't have enough clay. There's just not enough of it in the game. So I need how many more? I need 5 more clay in order to reno and play Clay Hut Extension. So that means 3 rounds, not until round 13 will I be able to get that with 1 move. And yeah, doing it with 2 moves kills a lot of the efficiency of the play. Fortunately, I do have other stuff to do that's like pretty worthwhile. Like taking wood. I need to keep taking wood. Plow driver? Yeah, plow driver. And what's the other one? Because writing desk lets them play 2. And dairy crier. Okay. 2 sheep or 2 food. I guess I'll get 2 sheep because it's easy for me to get 1 boar from fishing later. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like Turning is fencing. Nice. There's tons of food in this game now, thanks to that move. Grab the stone. Stone is a major improvement. Probably a major improvement in a reno. Or it lets me do the other. So if I build stone oven, it lets me reno. If I reno, it lets me build pottery. Something like that. So I could play gardener with my last action, maybe. You could start player kitchen cabinet. No, I don't want a kitchen cabinet. No, and I don't want to play milk can. There's enough food in this game now. If I play milk can, it will be with family growth around 13. And the thing about... I guess I want to go start player in round 13, don't I? Because I want to get I want to get plow sow or sow bake round 15. So if I want to do that, start player clay hut extension seems okay. And then hopefully reno later in round 14. This boar breeding? Beehive. Nice. I didn't see boar breeding. There's no way it was picked third. Why did I even think it was in the set? I like Gray's play here. Plow driver plus well means I'll have a pretty nice farm. It does need a wood, and the smuggler is kind of sucking out some of the wood. So I don't love using smuggler to get stone early because, like I said, it just sucks your wood out of the game. There were stone actions available to take stone rather than playing smuggler. Now, if you consider that it's multifaceted, you can get stone and then also get grain. Okay, but you need a lot of wood you need a lot of wood. In a constable game, you need a lot of wood. KLG, Gray, and I all need wood. So, yeah. Need to be taking wood early and often. So a question, is Turning going to sow bake with his first move next round? Maybe. You know what, does it need the food? I would guess no. Really does not need the food. Played Reformer, okay. I guess probably he has a 3 occupation minor improvement that he wants to play on start player in round 11. That would be my guess. I really have nothing particularly to do here, so could start player, bathroom. This is an awkward time. I don't want to start player around 10. I want to start player around 11 if I'm going to. I don't want to reno. I could build a major improvement here, but then I don't have a major to build on my reno. So yeah, this is like a really awkward position for me to be in. I guess I'll take 6 food traveling players. And now I should just have enough food. Well, you know what? With animal buyer, I guess food is always good. That's a pair of boar there that I just took. Yeah, that constable really hurts my Lord of the Manor. Because unless I have no negative points, the Lord of the Manor bonus is just totally wiped out. Yeah, I need actions. So, I need to get to 12 wood. 12 wood gives me space for 3 types of animals, which is the bare minimum I need for family growth. So KLJ doing start player into 3 wood is pretty sad. Um, I'm pretty sure Gray is thinking about sow bake with his second action. So I'll sow bake with my first action. It's pretty pathetic, but it's something. Um, I want to plow twice this game. So I'll plow once more with my plowman. I need to manually plow twice. I need to build one more room with my clay hut extension. I need to fence 12. So hopefully I can do all those things. Oh, wow. Well, I'm feeling pretty silly for putting an extra food on fishing, thinking there's no way anyone else will want to go on fishing, but there's a reason. Here comes Cloister Dweller plus Hobby Farmer. Okay. The occupation space is hot. Holy cow. I got 3 more ox I want to play. You know what I just realized? I can't start player clay hut extension round 13 if I need to take 6 clay first. So I shouldn't leave myself in a position where I need to do that. I also need to take wood twice more. And if one of them is a 2 wood action, it's fine. Because I need 2 more 3 wood actions. So read clay, I guess. And I'll take 4 clay next round. So my last move can be plow or it can be 2 wood. I'm happy with either. I guess it could be Reno. Yeah, I guess Reno here is fine as well. Reno plus pottery, and then I need to take 4 wood next round, or 4 clay next round. Yeah, that's fine. This is fine. Oh, I need 1 more read. Oh man, I just can't count for a crap in this game. I need another read in order to Reno. So that means I can do reed stone food, which means, you know what? I can do stone oven. Because stone oven is an extra point without requiring an extra action of taking clay. So I look like that. Yeah. And then I feed 6. So I think my only chance of winning this game is if Turning has totally capped out his points. Which doesn't seem all that likely to me. I guess I need a 3 wood action, don't I? Should I do the 3 wood before the 4 clay? Nah, I'll do the 4 clay. Because then I can second action clay hut extension, and then I can family growth, and then family growth first action round 13. That should be fine. I say that, and then KLJ plays Encircling Wall. So I guess I can still major minor clay hut extension. Still an option. So what did I say? I need to get 2 more plows in. So I need 2 plows, 2 wood actions. I need to get on. I need reedstone food. I need to get on Reno fence in all likelihood. I probably want to start play around 13. Fortunately, my feeding is really solid. I want to play gardener. So one of the problems I'm going to run into is the fact that I'll have the actions to do everything I need, but I'm going to be forced to do them earlier than I'm ready for. Because like if I want Reno Fence, in all likelihood I have to Reno Fence with one of my first actions in the round to guarantee it. So we will see. Looks like KLJ is setting himself up for plow sow. So if he plow sows, what does Gray do? Does Gray start player? I think Gray probably family growth even without room on round 13, and then I imagine Turning will start player. But you know what? Turning start player is fine because Sow Bake and Plow Sow are similar for him. And you know what? Sow Bake and Plow Sow are fine for me. Surf likes both actions. And if Gardener and Animal Buyer both have to be played in these next 2 rounds, you know, Turning did Reedstone Food last round, which is good for me. I'm a little afraid of KLJ, what he's going to do, because he wants 1 or 2 reed, and Reedstone Food is a good way of getting that. I guess if he does Reedstone Food, I can always do 5 reed and just build Basket Maker's Workshop and not Reno. And that'll be another 3-point move. Yeah, there's the Plow Sow, no surprise. KLJ says thinking about placement. Unless he's going to build another room, which I'm highly skeptical of, there's not really a reason to do it anywhere other than down. Or up, sorry, not down. Or not sideways. I don't know what I'm saying. Cottonfield, there's the reason he played Reformer. Whole reason he played Reformer. Wood. I think 4 wood with 1 action is nice. Means I only need 1 more wood action total if I want to get to, if 12 is my minimum. And if I can get to 14, even better. Means I don't need to plow anymore. If I don't plow, I can be fine because I can fence 14 and not leave myself with any negatives. Ooh, three stone here from KLJ, which is a little annoying. Is Turing gonna plow here? He's got that bake card. Might be thinking about baking in the last round. So I should grab Reedstone Food so that I'm able to reno at any time that I'm required to. It also, yeah, if I keep KLJ from being able to reno, then that is good. Because it keeps the pressure off me a little. And then I'm hoping KLJ will decide pottery. 4-point pottery is just as good as 4-point reno. Yeah. Yeah, so I might do plow and then... I mean, so bake here is good. Although gray probably is going to do so bake. What am I thinking? Oh, he plows. Okay. Well, I mean, I can do so bake. Sow a vegetable and get an extra grain, which is another point. And then last action could be gardener. Oh, turning did his last reno. That's really good for me. That is really, really, really good for me. Alright, so let's sow. You know what? No, there's no competition for sow here. Let's play occupation gardener. Yeah, you know what? Turning needs the bake action in the last round. So I think he's going to sow bake, and he's going to pass me plow sow. I think that's what we're going to see happen. So I feed 8. I harvest all, plus a green vegetable there, plus a vegetable there, because I don't harvest those, of course. Alright. Oh, he did do plow sow. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that means my bathroom's useless, unfortunately. So I'll eat a vegetable to buy the incoming vegetable. What does this move have to be? Does it have to be 3 wood? We're gonna see sow bake from gray, so there's no point in hoping for that. So 3 wood. And then a reno fence is mine. Yeah. So 3 wood, so then I do reno fence, play animal buyer, and then take food. 6 food fishing, most likely. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, there's the fencing from Gray for his 5-point Cloister Dweller. I'm not worried about Gray. The person who's in the lead is by far is Turning. What you hope is that Turning has capped his points too low that he can't win. But he's got a lot of points from animals. So I'm pretty skeptical that that will be the case. Occupation here. I guess I could have denied the boar from Turning. Let's play my occupation, I guess. Yeah. So I should have played Milk Can instead of Bathroom, because Bathroom is a dead card. But Milk Can would have been worth something. Oh well. That happens. So I have 5 vegetable right now. I get another 2 in the harvest from Gardener. If I can avoid sharing the points with Turning, that's worth 3 points to me. Because definitely I'm most concerned about the swing with him because he's in the lead. My first pick, Lord of the Manor, Weeps. Weeps! Yeah, I fell into the trap. Shouldn't have taken first pick Clay had extension with Lord of the Manor in hand. They are, oh crap, it goes up to 6. Okay, so that means I should not eat any vegetables. Which means I can't do anything. No, you know, I'm not going to do that. Fishing, I'm pretty sure, is coming back. Let's reno fence. So, reno fence 14. And then I can fish and hopefully buy cattle without eating any vegetables. Goods on this card do not... So Bathroom says goods on this card do not count for points when scoring. But do they count for any other reason? I wonder. I would imagine the intent is no, but it is a good on your farm. So like, could I eat all the vegetables but keep the points from Bathroom because I would put the vegetables onto the Bathroom? Which, technically speaking, the Bathroom is on my card. That's an interesting interaction. I've never thought about that. Looks like no discussions about France Tech Minor Bathroom. It's an interesting thought. So I harvest that grain, and then I get 2 more vegetables, so I have 7. But in order to get the constable bonus points, I must give up the pickler points. Yeah. So if I'm going to give up the pickler points, I may as well give them up all the way. Yeah. Yes, I must Yeah, there's no way I can do it otherwise. So I'll eat 1, 2, 3. Eat 3 vegetables to get a 3. So I have 6 food with which to buy animals. That's not even enough. That's a cattle and a sheep, which are not any points. Oh, I only need to feed 8. Okay. So I do that. So I don't get the pickler bonus at all. So I score whatever I have plus 6. It's only 46. Yeah. Oh, too bad. This game was too slow. I drafted very, very poorly. I drafted cards that don't work together at all. Uh, 54 for KLJ. So yeah, I'm 8 points off the win. Pretty sad. Pretty sad by me. My game was just too slow. I needed Cooking Hearth and still drafted Clay Hut Extension. That was really dumb. So KLJ wins on the clay farm. Interesting. He's got pottery. I guess he's got 5 fields. Yeah. Yeah, turning just kept his points too low. Yeah, I didn't have enough actions, so I mean, growing. Why? I guess what I can ask myself is, why did I think ignoring wood early was worse than playing occupations that were not going to have a benefit until later in the game? Like, just because I can play surf early doesn't mean I have to. Because I didn't need surf until the first greenhouse wood came in. So I mean, I grew in round 7, which is not terribly late, but my game was just too slow. I need Animal Buyer to be useful in 2 harvests rather than 1 to get a bunch more points from animals. I need to win the pickler bonus. The fact that I don't with Gardener and Greenhouse is atrocious. And Plowman, like, it's really, really bad. Like, I'm not even winning. The thing is, my Lord of the Manor just got totally destroyed. Like, I could have gone for max crops and drop Lord of the Manor for 4 points. Because I could have done 2 more fields and then fence 15 and maybe ignored going to stone or something. Yeah, sad. I played that really poorly. At least the draft. Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go Reedstone Food all game early. You know what? I fell into the trap. Reedstone Food is good when you can build a room early. Thanks, T-Jazz. Hope you're doing well. And have a good night. I fell into the trap of being like reedstone food is so good, but then I didn't have a way of getting wood. If I have a 4 wood occupation, then I'm in a much better position because then I can play that occupation and still have a chance to build a room fairly early. But without it, I was ignoring wood too much early, and I knew I needed a ton of clay, and I didn't get on the clay early enough. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed. This is like 46 is a good score, but it's 46 because of Constable. It's a 41-point farm otherwise. Let's take a look at my draft. What else was in that first pile? Because I was thinking about something else. What's the game number? 326292. Acquirer power 4.8. It's drafted quite a bit lower. So yeah, Acquirer is a much better card than Lord of the Manor. It looks like it's still extremely undervalued at power 4.8. Holy cow. And I undervalued it, obviously. I should have taken it. Plowman is fine. Gardener over Pickler I think is fine because Gardener should win the Pickler. Just means I'm bad at the game. Walrus Hunter over Master Shepherd. I mean, yeah. I'm surprised Walrus Hunter is that much lower than Master Shepherd in power, but Surf looks like it's quite a bit weaker than Thatcher, and even than Renovator. Yeah, maybe I'm overvaluing it now. We've got Animal Buyer, which I'm fine with, and Swineherd over Shovel Worker, which is power of almost 3. I guess there's a lot of good combinations in the France deck in G4, G5. Absinthe, yep. So here, I think here is my mistake. Clay Hut Extension. If I take Beanfield, yes, I have one fewer family member, but the family member didn't end up gaining me actions. Like if you figure I did 2 actions plus a major improvement to build the room. Like I did need the spot, but I could have got more crop points, I think, if I had done that differently. And then here I take 0.9 power over something like Drained Pond. Which I don't really like Drained Pond that much. I find the reed is annoying to get, but yeah. Yeah, I think I drafted pretty poorly. I think Clay Hut Extension over Beanfield is a mistake. Because with the cards I already have in hand, with Gardener, with Walrus Hunter, with Animal Buyer, I know I have to build a cooking hearth. And if you have to build a cooking hearth, probably shouldn't take Clay Hut Extension. Because Clay Hut Extension requires you having 7 clay in the middle of the game. And that's 2 clay actions. So if you're going to build a cooking hearth as well, unless you get 5 clay twice, or 5 clay and 6 clay, which is unlikely. Yeah. Especially because I know Acquirer's in the game. And I know Acquirer needs clay cooking hearth as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think I made a lot of just like really bad strategic mistakes this game. I didn't consider the conditions that I was drafting into. Like I see Acquirer here. I know Acquirer is going to go for a cooking hearth. And he did. He went for it really hard. KLJ took 2 clay twice. So that was really smartly done by KLJ. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this little video. If you haven't yet, give me a follow, and you're watching this on YouTube, give me a follow on Twitch, and then you, like T-Jazz, can ask me questions during the game. Yeah, that's all. Later.